What's the craziest thing you've seen a parent do to protect their child? My mom started poisoning me when I was 12. Small doses, just enough to make me sick every few weeks. She'd rush me to the hospital crying, begging doctors to find out what was wrong with her perfect little boy. I had dozens of tests. Blood work, scans, specialists, CAT scans, MRIs, endoscopies where they stuck cameras down my throat. Mom insisted on the most expensive doctors, the best hospitals. She'd sit beside my bed for hours, researching rare diseases on her laptop, printing out medical articles to show the doctors. Nothing ever showed up. The symptoms were always different. Sometimes stomach pain so severe I'd curl up on the bathroom floor. Other times dizziness that made me collapse at school. Mysterious rashes that would appear overnight and vanish by morning. Breathing problems that sent us to the ER at 2 a.m. Mom would hold my hand in those hospital beds, whispering how much she loved me, how she'd do anything to keep me safe. She'd bring my favorite snacks, stay up all night watching me sleep, advocate fiercely with nurses and doctors who suggested it might be psychological. I trusted her completely. She quit her job when I was 14 to become my full-time caregiver, said her son's health was more important than any career. Friends and family praised her dedication. Teachers called her Mother of the Year. The poisoning got worse when I turned 16. Started talking about getting a job, maybe moving out for college. I'd mention wanting to work at the local bookstore, and within days I'd be too weak to get out of bed. Talked about visiting universities, and suddenly I'd develop these mysterious seizures that lasted for weeks. Mom would cancel everything, pull me out of school for homeschooling, say the stress of normal teenage life was clearly too much for my delicate system. That's when I noticed the pattern. Every time I mentioned independence, I'd get violently ill within 48 hours. Every college brochure that arrived in the mail would mysteriously disappear. Job applications I'd filled out would vanish from my backpack. Friends who invited me to parties would suddenly stop calling after Mom had concerned conversations with their parents about my health. I started keeping a secret journal, tracking my symptoms against conversations we'd had. The correlation was undeniable. Talk about summer camp, food poisoning for a week, mention getting my driver's license, sudden onset of vertigo, ask about dating, mysterious allergic reactions that left me covered in hives. One night, I pretended to be asleep and watched her slip something into my water bottle. She moved carefully, quietly, like she'd done this 1,000 times before. A small vial from her purse, just a few drops into the bottle I kept beside my bed. She even swirled it gently to make sure it mixed completely. She saw me watching. Our eyes met across my dark bedroom. Instead of denying it, she started crying. "You don't understand," she whispered, sinking onto my bed like all the strength had left her body. "I've seen your future, every possible version of it, and in every single one where you leave me, you die within 6 months." She pulled out this thick journal filled with dates, scenarios, detailed descriptions of accidents that would happen to me. Pages and pages of her handwriting, sketches of crash sites, medical terminology, precise timestamps. The car crash on Highway 12 at 3:47 p.m. on October 15th. The allergic reaction at your dorm on November 3rd from contaminated cafeteria food. The mugging downtown outside the movie theater on December 22nd. Her voice was breaking. "I've tried everything else, moving us away from those places, homeschooling you, keeping you close. I threw away every college acceptance letter before you could see them. I've been sabotaging job interviews, scaring away friends, but the visions always come back. The only way you survive is if you never leave this house." She held up the bottle of poison with shaking hands. "So I make you just sick enough that you'll want to stay home with me, because I'd rather have a sick son than a dead one."